Training close to failure is crucial for seeing results as a natural lifter. But if you're a total beginner, there's nothing worse you can do than just straight jump into high intensity training. My name is Till, and I praise and train myself with low volume, high intensity workouts 3 days a week. Because it saves time, less mental fatigue, and it just freaking works fabulous. But if you're a new lifter, this training style is not fit for you just yet. Maybe in a couple of weeks if you implement the things I explain later in this video. But let's begin why you shouldn't do it. So, number 1, Newbie Gains. If you're new to the gym, you have something called Newbie Gains. Basically meaning you can get a lot of muscle very fast in the beginning of your training journey. This is because your muscles aren't used to training, to being pushed that much, so they grow really quickly. But the thing is, your muscles can grow and get stronger very fast, but your tendons and joints grow significantly slower. So what will happen? If you really train to true failure, you will gain a lot of freaking muscle, but your tendons will still be weak and your joints will be weak as well. What will happen is that your muscles are overpowered. It will be like putting a 1000 horsepower engine in a scrap car that has the wrong platform. Bad brakes, the clutch is shit, bad tires. The car won't be able to handle those 1000 horsepower. The same thing happens in your body if you train super hard and you gain a lot of muscles, but your tendons and joints are still weak. And what happens with a 1000 horsepower car that is in the wrong platform? It freaking crashes. It explodes. Something goes wrong. And the same thing will happen to you. Sooner or later, you will just injure yourself because your muscles are too strong. You can lift too heavy, but your tendons and joint can't hold it no more. So something will go wrong and you will injure yourself. And the rule number 1 of fitness is that injury is the biggest setback. If you get yourself an injury, you could be out of the gym or out of training for multiple months, for many weeks, maybe even a year. And just to take a little slower will save you more time than getting a lot of excess muscle and then just losing it all because you got a pec tear or your joints just couldn't take it no more. So, and to prevent this, what we will do is we will take it a lot slower. We will ease into it. So we will practice our form before we even start with high intensity training. And the thing is, basically the ground level of high intensity training is that you have fewer sets. You only have 1, 2, max 3 sets because you're training so hard you don't need so many. But if you only have 1 set, that's really bad for practicing the form. So what we'll do as a new lift instead is you will go into YouTube and you will search for the exercise you want to learn. So for example, you will go in and search bench press form. You watch the first video and you try to implement everything that the person said in that video. And you will do this for 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks. And instead of doing 1 set, you will do between 3 to 5 sets to actually practice the form and to really get into it, to understand it, and to feel comfortable. And when you feel pleased, you don't feel any pain, you're feeling comfortable with the form itself, then you start adding intensity, and because you're adding intensity, you will lower the sets. So this is important, you need to keep this in mind. When you are upping the intensity, you need to lower the sets. Otherwise, you will also injure yourself. So I'll say it again. When you feel comfortable with the form, you will up the intensity and lower the sets. Another reason to not do it too fast, just to jump straight into high intensity training, is because of your nervous system. If you haven't been training very hard or very intense before, your nervous system will not be used to that kind of pressure, that kind of stress. And even if you think you're training super hard in the gym, you aren't, because your nervous system isn't used to it. I know it sounds crazy, but the next time you're in the gym, take a video of yourself doing squats to failure, or what you believe is failure. I remember I did this myself, and I couldn't believe my eyes. It looked so easy on the video, but in my head, in my body, it felt like I was freaking dying. So jumping straight into training to failure, doing max reps, doing all this stuff that you can do later on and works fantastically good later on, it's just going to put excess stress on your nervous system. And that is not good. It's going to produce a lot more mental fatigue. You feel like shit afterwards. It's just not good for you. So instead, just ease into it. Slow, let your nervous system adapt. And to do this, you just need to take it slow. You need to, like I said, practice the form, and then slowly do 3 to 5 sets, not even close to failure, just to get those reps in, get those sets in. And when you're comfortable, you slowly add a little more intensity. And if you just do this in a matter of weeks, your tendons will be strong enough, your joints will be strong enough, your nervous system has adapted. You will be ready to just go all out.